Hello biologists, welcome back to Bioscience. Where I left you last was all about photosynthesis. We talked about the light reactions. So as a reminder, photosynthesis consists of two major steps, the light reactions, which we covered in the last video, and then this video is all about the Calvin cycle. Last time we talked about then oxygen and the use of water and all of that stuff. But now that we've produced ATP and NADPH, those energy storage things, all of those molecules, ATP and NADPH, are going to power the next step, Calvin cycle. And the Calvin cycle, notice, also requires input of CO2, carbon dioxide. That's what we think of as like plants breathe. They don't breathe, but they use carbon dioxide. And they use carbon dioxide in this cycle, Calvin cycle, to produce glucose and all the other sugars that come off of glucose. All right, let's talk about it. So the Calvin cycle starts with CO2. So input of CO2. So that molecule is CO2. And I'll draw a less dramatic arrow, actually. How about that? Okay, so let's start with then CO2. Carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide combines with this sugar called rubisco. So it also goes like this, rubisco. Rubisco is a 5-carbon sugar. Rubisco, 5 carbons. So notice that we have 5 carbons there, 1 carbon there, and there's an enzyme involved in this process. That enzyme is called RUBP. That's an enzyme. That's an enzyme. Okay. So that leads to the production. Carbon dioxide and rubisco with that enzyme, RUBP, leads us to this 6-carbon molecule. 6-carbon molecule. It's like goes away really fast, so we don't even care so much about the name today. Then another enzyme takes that 6-carbon molecule and splits it in half. So then half of 6 then is 3, isn't it? So then we have then this 3-carbon molecule. That 3-carbon molecule also doesn't stick around that much. So we have the 6-carbon thing that was split in half. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. So then we have 2 of these 3-carbon molecules, and then we get to this really important guy. This really important guy is called G3P. This is the one that's important. G3P is a 3-carbon sugar. G3P has 2 really important jobs. One, it makes glucose through a series of steps that I'm waving my hands over here. Glucose then can go into whatever other sugars that we need it to be. So glucose, and then it can maybe become, I don't know, cellulose. Maybe it can become fructose, etc. Whatever other sugars that it needs to become. One of those G3Ps, but then the other G3Ps get made into rubisco. That's why it's a cycle. And this cycle, remember, is called Calvin cycle. The Calvin cycle is named after the person who discovered it, but this whole process involves a lot of molecules and things, and this whole thing is powered by ATP, NADPH from the late reactions. That's where we got all of this stuff. Okay, so let's chat just a little bit more about this, just so we're keeping track of our checks and balances. In chemistry, we care sometimes about like the amount or the number of molecules, just so everything makes sense. So just so I can help you keep track, we'll keep track together. Okay, I'm gonna do all of my numbers of molecules in blue, because I like blue. I don't know. So we start off with 3 carbon dioxides, and I should have let you know before that this carbon dioxide comes from the atmosphere. So that CO2 comes from the atmosphere, and we use 3 of those CO2s. We also then produce with Rubisco, then we'll get 6 carbon molecules. And then that means that we'll get 3 carbon molecules, because it'll split in half, then we'll double it. That means we also get 6 G3Ps. One of those G3Ps, one G3P, is used to make glucose. 5 G3Ps, the rest of them, are used to make Rubisco, and then all around and around and around and around and around. Yeah, that's the Calvin cycle. So just so we're back to thinking about what's going on here. So photosynthesis, an overview, we use light energy and water to then get in the light reactions within those grana, within the thylakoid membrane, we get ATPs, we get NADPHs, which power the Calvin cycle. A byproduct, though, of the light reactions is oxygen, and that's super important because that's the air that we breathe. We exhale carbon dioxide, but that CO2 is actually used then in step 2 of photosynthesis, called the Calvin cycle, which culminates in the production of glucose, and it's powered by ATP and NADPH. This is photosynthesis. This is what we just talked about in 3 parts of the video. Do know that there are some other types of photosynthesis and some other ways that different types of plants can do the things that they need, but by and large, this is photosynthesis. We did it! Hooray! I hope you're having a great week, and you lasted through 3 parts of the video, so I'm proud of you. Have a great day.